the work you're doing. It's the type of work you're doing. Huh? That's right. It's not about the longevity, how long you're taking the time. It's not work if you feel like you're enjoying it. It's when you're not aligned with your work. That's when you get burnt out. And boy, do I got a story for you because I've made this mistake. I like to think I learned from it. I'm going to share that with you. But thought I wanted to be a day trader. hmm Actually, it's a lot of fun. You can make a lot of money, and it's kind of scary. Thank the Lord, I was in a simulator, and I paid quite a bit of money just to be taught and how to use it. But I was making money. It wasn't like I couldn't be a day trader. I was losing money, and that's part of the deal. And if you know what day trading is, you got to factor in your losses with your wins, and your percentages got to be you got to win more than you lose. That's the whole idea. But came clear that that wasn't aligned with my goals. What do you mean, Chris? Well, my goal was to be able to delegate, have time freedom, be able to work wherever I wanted to, and that kind of covered that one because you can day trade anywhere as long as you got the internet and the laptop. But you know, you don't delegate day trading. Nope, don't do that because I mean, hell, if you're going to delegate it and somebody's good at it, then why would they want to share the profits with you? You got to be somewhere every time. At 8 o'clock, well, in my case, 8 o'clock in the morning, you had to be there. They're going to open up every day. You make your money on day trading. Now, there's some other options. Yes, I know. And this is not a show about day trading. The point was, I realized it wasn't for me and had to make some decisions. Uh, I found that day trading is fun. I enjoyed it. I realized it's scary, but it wasn't what I was trying to do. I'm glad I know how it works because you hear all these stuff, you know, the terminology and so forth, but it is not me. So what did I do? Well, I had to decide. So I quit day trading. Well, Chris, you never really started. Well, maybe I didn't physically, but I was doing it. I was practicing every day. I was online, and it became very clear that Chris, you're not the person to be a day trader. My little fat fingers don't work as fast on the old console. Chris has to find things that suits Chris's desires. And that was I wanted time freedom. I want to be able to delegate. I want to be in charge and share my big picture, my vision. So that being said, let's get back into what is the get you back in alignment. What did I have to do? So I had realized, you know, one, I had to identify what energizes me. Being someplace at a certain time every day does not energize me. I did that for years in the corporate world. That's not what I wanted. You have to decide what you want. You got to revisit that vision. That's the second thing. That vision, you have to look down and you know, I actually some people say, well, vision boards are great. And I do have a vision board. Does it work? It keeps you aligned in the fact that it reminds you of what you want. And but important to realize that vision board can change. You know, I did have a vision of being a day trader, but that vision board is different from me today. So just realize that while a vision board is important to help you remind yourself, it's not the say all end all. Ask yourself and think about what you really, really want. We talk about why. What's your why? Well, my why is my family, my time, my Lord, giving to people. That's just what I do. And some of those things you can't do without money, without the freedom to do what you want to do, and the mentality, the mindset. That's important as well. So keep all those in mind. You got to set boundaries. Got to set those boundaries between your clients and your team and your family, for that matter. And remember that not I love my family, but their goals are not maybe my goals, my personal goals. And there's all kinds of things we can talk about, and I'll give you that option later. But just remember that you got to set boundaries. You got to know when to say no and when to say yes. I've had a lot of opportunities. Matter of fact, one came a couple months ago, and I was flattered I was offered it. And I thought about it, and I said, no, that's not really going to get me where I wanted to be. Well, years ago, I was offered a job, and boy, they made it tough. I had to come back a couple different times with money. It's like, gosh, dang. But I knew that if I got back in the corporate world, I'd be tied down, locked into hours, locked to the man that you got to answer to, and that's not me anymore. Maybe it was when I got out of college, but not today. You got to make room for growth. I talk about consulting. I offer consulting services. I have my own consultants too. They help me remind me where I'm at. They help me keep my mindset. One of the questions I have a monthly coach, and they say, "Well, what's the best part of this call?" I said, "Just reminding myself of everything I've done and everything I want." Because sometimes we get so distracted that it's hard to remember. And then sometimes you feel like you're spinning your wheels. And then when you tell somebody about everything you've done in the last 30 days, you realize that, you are getting progress. Maybe not as fast as you want sometimes, but that happens. My last note is about reconnecting to community. And I guess community can be split up a couple different ways. I like to do things for my community, but the community doesn't mean necessarily people you live around. Could be your church, could be your friends, could be a charity, whatever that is to you. You want to reconnect with that and feel that your life has a purpose. And I don't mean that philosophically, other than getting deep down into my feelings, but it's about the Lord gives us stuff, and we want to be able to share it with whoever we feel like we need to share with to help them as well, because not everybody has it as good as you and I. With that being said, I want you to think about that in the future where you feel like you're not in line right now. And why aren't you in line? What's your vision? And why is it not happening the way you think it should be? What's happening in your life that needs to change? Um, think about that. Think about what it would be like. Take that vision board, maybe freshen it up a little bit, and think about how it should be in the future. On one of my laptops, I have a vision board as a screen saver. I don't always use that laptop, but I like it when I pull it up. And some of the things are old, and I say, I've got that one. I've got this one. There's about three on there. My weight being one of them. My old belly's about the same size. Actually, it's a little smaller, but we always want to be thinner, I think. But think about that. Vision what you want to be, and make it happen. And if you like what we talked about today, and you want to talk about your vision or whatever it is, I'd be happy to talk about vision, leadership, uh, finding what keeps you going, what aligns you with your life. Go to the show notes below. There's a link. And I'll be happy to do you a free breakthrough session. We'll talk about that. Anything else you'd like to about your business. And as always, you can share those notes with your Facebook group, Hard Hat CEO. That link's in the show notes as well. You guys